DblCookies will need to beat Ljovynn not three times, win the set with 3 wins, and then have to win a second set in order to take the championship point. However, Ljovynn only needs to win 1 set. Getting to 3 points would be enough. And so we're starting on Main Street here. First map of the game, kind of poetic.
Seems like now Ljovynn is actually gonna push up in the middle with Cold-Blooded Shiver.
Cold-Blooded Bandit Shiver. Very commonly used card by Ljovynn. It's pretty versatile. I'm a big fan of it. Looks like Ljovynn is just weighing his options right now. Going to be a bit defensive, potentially. I don't really imagine Ljovynn allowing DblCookies to play past him. However, the thing is, a 7-long would beat the Cold-Blooded Bandit Shiver just like that custom E-leader, and that's going to throw this game wide open into chaos right now.
Yeah, now the question becomes, will Ljovynn actually play even more defensive or actually try to push up? They technically have options for both, but it seems like they're going to play defense here. And that's the perfect position for DblCookies to have.
If DblCookies is able to read this defensive play and is able to use it to kind of aggressively block off the center, this game could get very, very bad for Ljovynn very fast, especially with how much more space to play DblCookies has. Going for a pretty passive block, that's understandable. Ljovynn, not with the most options, did see the Steel Eel play on the left side, however, and is likely going to be using that as a means to try to wall off. DblCookies getting a bit too aggressive with the push there, however, and Ljovynn is now going to...
Yeah, they're going to immediately follow up with the ballpoint flatly.
Activates the special point for DblCookies, and for himself, Ljovynn does, but I'm not too sure what follow-up Ljovynn has, apart from Tenatech, which is not exactly a card you want to use for pushing.
Yeah, I think now the play for Ljovynn is going to be base building, because I don't think there's going to be a play, unless they want to play in the middle, which they can play
Playing in the middle seems to be the best right now.
Right now, yeah, that might be the best choice right now.
You can play Tenatech, and it would lead to potentially being able to play Heavy Splatling. A very interesting play from DblCookies here with the Ultra Stamp.
And
as we see,
as we predicted, they're going to go for the Heavy Splatling.
The Carbon Roller is a very, very good defense for that, as it did allow for both special points to be gained. Ljovynn, however, has the Forge to also take advantage of it. There's several ways.
It might be the play, in all honesty, but they decided against it, and instead for the heavy deck on the bottom.
Yeah, he can have the same play that he used at the top, or he could have used at the top, but he would have given DblCookies a special point there, and so seeing that you can play the same thing at the bottom made sense to play it in your own base at that point. So good play, Ljovynn. You have the Forge, has the Tentacook, has plays for the next 2 turns, which is very nice.
And I play Tentacook in the middle.
It's good to get a special point in there, just so you have the, I suppose, the space to special attack into.
It seems that Ljovynn actually has the special point disadvantage for the point advantage. It's going to set up a Forge at the bottom. More likely that this means Ljovynn is going to just attack turn with special points here.
So what Ljovynn is looking for right now, he'll have 4 special points after this turn, potentially, unless DblCookies. Alright. Yeah, so 4 special points. He's going to be looking for that VF Splat Charger to be able to play and gain 2 special points from it. Then finally splatter color screen on the final turn. This is actually really, really good position for Ljovynn now, as DblCookies has to pass.
Yeah, that is how much? 27-point gap.
It's super, super well done endgame by Ljovynn there. Got a bit lucky getting the ZF Splat Charger when he did. However, I'm not too sure it would have mattered. Winning by 26 points, so it just seemed to extend the lead as opposed to guarantee it the win. And so that'll be the first game going to Ljovynn. Only needs 2 more, and that'll be the championship for him. Going on, as you know, this is a stage striking system, so we have Ljovynn being able to ban 2 stages in addition to 2-lane splat top, which is outright banned. The 2 stages that Ljovynn has chosen to ban are Mask Mansion and River Drift, and so DblCookies will be responding with everybody's favorite square, box seats.
Oh god, the box seats.
Ah, yes, I love box seats.
I do not.
It's definitely one of the more interesting stages. It's only 100 tiles in total. 98 if you take out the starting blocks. It's just a tiny little square. As we see, some very... I would probably redraw this hand. You really don't want a 312 in your opening hand, but custom Hydra Spotling is pretty good opener. It'll be able to counter very nice. Go ahead.
Well, he got the special point at the very least, but we will see what is going to be the follow-up here.
Yeah, that's the thing right now. Ljovynn is really, really relying on these next 2 draws to get him through the game. He's going to lose the clash actually to the Tri-Stringer with those Tentamissiles. Now with only about 5 cost cards, it's not going to be able to take as much space as DblCookies is right now. Falling behind in turf early on. And there's the resignation. Ljovynn already sees it. Very interesting. But just not the greatest hand. Potentially he just doesn't want to play through it. I mean, he knows he has that bracket reset as a buffer. And so that will bring this set 1-1, both DblCookies and Ljovynn. As we do a run back to box seats. Well, that was rather interesting. Ljovynn, so what I assume is that Ljovynn was waiting for DblCookies to make his strikes to make sure he didn't strike box. That is a very nice opening hand. You have both Hydra Splatlings, allowing for both of them to be played, and then some smaller cards. The small cards are kind of nice. You want some larger ones, but being able to use the small cards to generate special points early on, it's not a bad thing. So this is a very nice opening hand. Unfortunately, Tri-Stringer is going to cut right through that Hydra Splatling.
Seems like they're going to go for a nice seat down here. I wonder if they have the curling pump to come over up with. But yeah, one of the things about box is that you never want to. So you want to have cards to play, otherwise, yeah, it is just very written on the wall that it's not going to happen in this game. But it seems like they're able to even play the custom Hydra Splatling at the bottom.
So many clashes. I mean, we've had a clash every game this turn every turn this game so far.
Well, it is kind of the nature of beats. Like, you gotta have to expect a lot of flashes in a board that is so small that both players don't have that much space to work. We see that Ljovynn is actually thinking about going for the orders release.
Yeah, it is the largest card. There's clash number 4, by the way. And so just being able to get it down on the board is what you want. You never want to have your largest card in your hand become unplayable. Though that isn't necessarily as true for cards like Order Dualies and Pearl Drone, because they're actually pretty well off when used as a special attack.
Very efficient special point per phase. So yeah, that is definitely very worth it.
Yeah, I do like the so the Splattershot Junior right there gets a special point. The Fizzy Bomb at the top is actually going to disrupt what Ljovynn could have done here. The Tri-Slosher there, and then Splatana Wiper Deco could have been used to activate 3 of the special points there. However, that's not an option anymore. And so Ljovynn's going to have to figure out how to adjust to that. Still is going to play the Tri-Slosher gets countered by Tenatech. Several special points flare up there as a result.
Actually, due to the again board, they had no choice but to also give DblCookies special the defense attack. But now it seems the situation has turned, because while DblCookies has more special to work with, were forced to that.
Yeah, especially with a card like Captain. I'm curious if passing Captain was the right play here, because there aren't many special blocks in the middle. You could potentially go and try to use it at the end. I'm curious to see how this will play out in the end. If Captain may have been a playable spot, could have been used to just take up 16 points on the final turn. That's a really big swing for box seats. Ljovynn, with not many plays, really wants to see the Suction Bomb here, so he can activate his 2 other special points. DblCookies special attacking with the Goo Tuber, custom Goo Tuber, and Ljovynn just not getting the cards he wants right now, having to make do either of Tri-Slosher or the Suction Bomb. Would do him well here, but he's just not able to draw those.
The question now is what's next for Ljovynn here. They are thinking of using Pearl Drone to maybe combo off with 2 specials.
I do like the Pearl Drone play as an option here. I think it is the best play right now, just because of how limited you are in terms of plays. You only have the H3 Nozzle Nose, which H3 Nozzle Nose is going to give DblCookies a special point. You really don't want to do that. And we see a second pass. There is the Tri-Slosher Nouveau. Very nice for Ljovynn, going to bring him up to 6 special points for the final turns.
But this board to the side, it may be overkill.
The clash.
Viper deck actually denied 3 points out of Ljovynn, but also denied 3 points of himself.
Yeah. Ljovynn going to play H3 Nozzle Nose D. I can see what's happening here already. H3 Nozzle Nose D is played, and then on the final turn, I'm trying to think, Tentamissiles is the special that was used, can be played just to the right of the 2 special points that DblCookies has. Unless Splash Mob interferes with it, it's played on the other side. And so now, Ljovynn able to fire off the massive Tentamissile special attack. We're going to have to see, Ljovynn has a 23 point lead with this. So DblCookies is going to need a perfect 312, which I just do not see anywhere.
Oh, that's a clash in the last turn, but I don't think that's going to be enough.
It's not going to mean much. It's still going to be the game for Ljovynn. So that brings us to the first of 2 championship points Ljovynn is going to be able to do here. Currently winning 2-1. Either of these 2 games winning would give him the championship point in his 4th diamond bracket win.
Well, the Cookies now has the pressure of having to reverse with 2 goals to the bracket reset and try to win the other set, but the pressure's on now for Double Cookies.
It's gonna be an uphill battle, and so DblCookies, taking a look at his deck, knows that he can't play on Mass Mansion or River Drift, and instead is going to go to X Marks the Garden.
Okay.
This is quite the interesting map.
Yeah, it's an interesting map. If by that you mean Dynamoment, maybe.
Yeah, but it's not just Dynamoment anymore. There's several 7 long cards that can all be used to the same effect, similar like Ouroboros is. We can see in that opening hand. Ursine Anomaly is a 7 wide. They're not perfect. Some of them can be played around, and we're going to see actually right here, Ljovynn potentially trying to sneak in a Ouroboros play, maybe trying to play in through the sides of the Ursine Anomaly. I don't see Tri-Stringer in this deck, however, which is normally one of Ljovynn's favorite tools on this map. Very big clash. That's a big clash. Hindsight is going to be 2020, and I'm saying this from the perspective of Ljovynn. It would have served DblCookies well to play on the other side and block it off, while at the same time, the way Ouroboros was played, DblCookies could have actually still played past the Ouroboros. It didn't fully block off the map. But now Ljovynn with not the greatest hand, Sloshing Machine, 96 Gal Deco, not really the best cards to effectively wall off the side of the map. We're gonna have to see how he makes do with this.
Oh, how down instead.
It's a very interesting play. I'm wondering if he was trying to, say, punish a potential Splat Charger play up close to the other Dynamo, take up center space while also allowing a potential bypass to a Splat Charger. If it was used to wall off, the Dynamo would have been cut off 1 too short. Didn't really work out the way either players expected, I feel.
It seems like DblCookies are playing a sing. DblCookies actually has quite the advantage here in terms of phase and points. Ljovynn might be playing the backfield at this point.
Ljovynn looking at options. Octosnap here does get 2 special points. It would make it easier for DblCookies to activate his own Dynamo special point, however.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it seems like Ljovynn has a good way to attack or potentially disrupt DblCookies' space. So this could be a situation that if DblCookies actually is able to attack Ljovynn in time, it could potentially disrupt them to the point that they cannot recover.
Although right now we see Ljovynn has 4 base combo cards in his hand right now, the Range Blaster and the 96 Gals. This was actually a point of discussion that was brought up a bit ago about how 96 Gal and 96 Gal Deco are able to combo. And you can see that here. They're leaving spaces for the custom Range Blasters, and now they're able to combo with the Decos. You can see the Deco shapes that are left there. That'll be potentially 4 more special points that Ljovynn is able to acquire.
And DblCookies passing.
Yeah, the passes here aren't great because now Ljovynn's able to slowly recoup that turf lead.
And it seems that Ljovynn is actually taking advantage of this by using Megalodontia down.
I think this is more just so to kind of scout out special attack options. I don't expect him to play it this turn. It wouldn't really make too much sense. Especially since some of these options don't really give special points or don't really or would give some to DblCookies, which he really does not want to do right now. So just scouting options and then taking the most time on the turn and then playing the 96 Scout for a combo later. Something I will say though, it'll be pretty hard to actually attack Ljovynn's base here. There's not a lot of ways to get around the special points that are placed there. Like, they're kind of all in a row, forming a wall. So even though Ljovynn is down a few points, those 9 special points, that's a lot.
Ljovynn already has the advantage of special points. They have another one in the back, but they need to think, what am I going to attack here? What am I going to do?
I do like Megalodontia on the left side of the map here. It's kind of out of the way, allows for a special attack towards
They have, but they have
this
one to work with.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the problem right now. The actual turf lead is basically gone. Ljovynn is just trying to figure out. I'm pretty sure he's cemented that he's going to be playing Megalodontia and then Trizuka afterwards, and he's just trying to figure out the best way to play it to maximize his point gain. Because being down by 14 points right now, he's going to need all the space he can get, especially if DblCookies tries to do 2 special attacks in these final turns. So we're going to have to see. There's the first special attack. Unfortunately, only 1 special point gained for DblCookies and is now down by 8. Yep, and that'll be the game. Congratulations, Ljovynn, on winning Diamond Bracket number 5. That is game, set, match, and championship point there. Very, very nice base combo that we were able to see there. And then just endgame, very well thought out, being able to use that Megalodontia